Hello, this is your Daily Bread by Joy. I am Tanisha Murphy, and today is a wonderful day to be a blessing to someone out there. Today's topic is limitations. We're going to talk about limits, know yourself, and know your God. Let's talk more about that. Tune in. Limitations. First, I want to explain what are limits and limitations, which is basically the same thing, but limits is a point or level beyond which something does not or may not extend or pass. And limitations is a restriction or restraint or control. You know, when it comes to limitations, we as a whole have to set that in place. We have to have some type of restraint and control when it comes to ourselves and what we do in certain situations or around people or just in general. We have to have limitations in life. There's nothing wrong with having restrictions and restraint or control over yourself. There's a lot goes on in life where we have to put things first, like think before we speak or think before we make a move or an action. When it comes to knowing yourself, we have to know ourselves. That is the most important thing in life. You know yourself. Know what ticks you off and what seems to get up under your skin. You can think about what people say and how people act around you, or things that you just don't take well to. That is where limitations play a part. We have to know ourselves to have control of what causes us to have control of what causes us to fall into temptations or even anger. Sometimes our limitations can be discouraging and overwhelming, but we have to understand that limitations are normal. There's nothing wrong with controlling yourself when you're in the middle of a heated conversation, or when you in the middle of a fight or an argument at work with a co-worker or a boss, or with your spouse, your family member. There's nothing wrong with having limitations because they are normal. I think God would like it better, for you to have restraints and control over your mouth and how you handle certain situations. So that just comes to knowing God, right? Unfortunately, limitations has changed when sin entered the world with Adam and Eve. We know as a whole that our world needs redemption. It needs redemption. I was out today and I had the opportunity to talk to a pastor, and he was just telling me the history of how far we come. And it just goes back to saying that this world really needs redemption. This is why our limitations are needed. Limiting ourselves when it comes to our faults and decisions will help our world. And it will also help a lot of people to see God. Our limitations teaches us something. It teaches us something, and it shows other people, how to handle situations. something that you know and something that you see out of control can show them this is how things supposed to be in a certain situation like this. We are created in God's image, but we have to remember we are not God. God has no limitations, none at all. Okay? So that brings me to the verse of the day. And I'm reading from Psalms 121:4. Indeed, he who watches over Israel never slumbers or sleep. In other words, we serve a God who has no limitations. Okay? God is good. I have told you this probably on every podcast episode. I see God's work, and I hope you get to know him very well, because he is something we all need, and for us to even have a chance at redemption, we all need to know God. Okay? So this week, no limitations. Know your restrictions and your restraints and have control. And he will help you in all you do. And give you the strength to carry you through anything you need him to do, okay? So, take it easy on yourself. There's nothing wrong with having control and being the better person of the situation. There's nothing wrong with that, okay? That was your daily bread for today. I thank you for tuning in as always. This podcast is on many platforms out there. You can find it on Spotify and iTunes and Spreaker. I'm also on YouTube, iHeartRadio, and so forth. Follow me on social media. I can be found at, on Facebook and Instagram at The Daily Bread by Joy, and Twitter at JOR Clothing. Thank you again for tuning in, and remember limitations. Remember control. Keep God first, okay? I pray great strength over your lives this week to carry you through this week, and that you walk in a safe environment. Have a wonderful week, and I'll talk to you soon.